Hello, welcome back to Lunchbox World. Today we are tackling the frequently asked questions that are coming up on social media right now in terms of little ones starting nursery, starting school, what to pack them for lunch. So I've jotted down some of the frequently asked questions. So like I say, the first one is, my kid is starting nursery, what do I pack them for lunch? I've been there, and it's scary times, but we have to be confident in what we do. We know our kids, and so basically today I wanted to share everything that I've learnt along the way to try and help you be confident in what you're doing, and just to think about, what the size of their appetite is, their likes and dislikes. So when they're starting nursery, I would just stick to what they like. And just make sure that you pack what they like, that you make it as easy as possible for them to eat, because in those early days, you know what it's like. We've been in lockdown, COVID, gone back to work, we've started college, all of those things, and it can be quite daunting at the start. So I would keep things just really, really easy. They may be feeling overwhelmed, so just chop things up small, stick to familiar things, get them some nice kit that they really like, and just baby steps. However you start doesn't mean to say that's the routine that you're going to stick to. You will evolve it, and you will kind of work out what they like, what else you can put in, and things like that. So don't be afraid, and we've all got this. The second question is, my kid won't eat sandwiches. So I would just think about, what you typically give them for lunch when you're at home. Is this something that you could chop up and put into a lunchbox? The big thing I would say with all of this is just make sure that you're keeping the food safe until lunchtime, that you're thinking about what we call food safety. And what I mean by this is, is it okay to be out of the fridge for this length of time? Say they only eat chicken nuggets. You could put those in a lunchbox for lunch. You could find one of the thermal flasks, you could warm them up. The thing is though, they may not taste so nice by lunchtime, but I would just make sure that if you're going to put anything new in the lunchbox, that you try it beforehand, that you test it out at home. Do not put any unknown entities into their lunchbox for school. You never know though, they may come back and they say, oh, so-and-so's got this, can we have that? Or when you're shopping with them and things. So I would try and involve them as much as possible in the process and make it fun. Start with a little chart. And I think the biggest learning for me with my kids when they were growing up is they do go through phases, and just don't think, oh my God, that's it, set in stone, and whatever they eat when they're age 1.5, 2, 3, 4, it's not necessarily going to be the same. I mean, I've got 3 kids and they're so totally different. And I think the key thing is just to try and expose them to as many different flavours as you can, and just keep calm around the table, and try not to make it into battlegrounds. And I know that's easier said than done, but with my 3, we had this ruling, and we still have the same ruling, that basically you've got to try something 10 times before you can actually say, I don't like it, because the first time you try it, you might think the texture's a bit funny, or the look of it isn't very appealing. The second time it's on your plate, you're kind of more familiar with it, you know what it looks like, and I would just keep trying. And as I say, we have to try things 10 times, and then at the end of that you can say, I don't know about you, but when I was little I absolutely hated olives. I just thought they're really funny texture, didn't like Marmite, didn't like Vegemite, although Vegemite is kind of a more subtle flavour. But now I love olives. So, our tastes do change, and I think when they're little, the key thing is to just try and expose them to as many different flavours, textures, colourways, and just try and make it fun, and, just step by step, They're going to be at school a long time, and no one's expecting you to get it right in the first week, or the first day they go in, and it is a bit of a learning thing both for them and for you, because you don't know from the get-go how long they have for lunch. if they're encouraged to go out and play. You also don't know the environment that they're sitting in and whether the helpers help them at lunch or whether they're kind of, you're on your own. So it really depends on the nursery, on the school that you're at, in terms of how much help you get. All I would try and make sure, and I did with my kids, was I tried to make sure that one, they could open up their own lunchbox by themselves, or practice at home until they can, so that they've got the confidence that they can deal with their own lunchbox kit themselves, and then that kind of makes them feel really proud of themselves. The second thing I would do is just make sure that they like all of their lunchbox kit. So if they've got a really favourite cartoon character that they love, why not? Obviously we all have budgets to stick to. Generally all the lunchbox kit that I had for the kids would definitely last a school year, and I would encourage them to look after it, to be proud of what they've got. I appreciate there can be peer pressure in school and nursery, and so it's just navigating that, not overspending, and just working out what's right for you and for your kids. And the third thing is just making sure that, when it comes home from school, that you kind of do see what is left in the lunchbox. What did they eat, what didn't they eat? And to have a totally empty lunchbox is just as worrying as having a totally full lunchbox, because if it's totally empty, when they come home, it's like, did they actually eat it or did they throw some of it away? Are they being a little bit sneaky? Who knows? And I know with food allergies and things like that, it's just increasingly challenging as parents to kind of navigate all of this. But just take one step at a time, keep notes. Anything that you want to put in their lunchbox, just make sure it's as easy as possible for them to eat it, because of the time constraints. And also, just be mindful as they get bigger, if they do start doing after school activities and things like that, that they are equipped and they have the energy to just keep them going, and that they have water, hydration, a water bottle that doesn't leak. So do check out all the links above and links below to all of the content. And if you really like hearing what the advice that I'm giving and you want to learn more, I am shortly going to be launching a brand new course which is aimed specifically at new mums and dads that are embarking on packing lunchboxes for the first time, whether it's for nursery or whether it's for school. And it's a step-by-step guide. I share everything that I've learnt along the way. My kids are now late teens, some of them at uni, so I've gone through all of those different phases and fads of when they push back and they don't like things, and it's just, you've just got to persevere. And as a parent, you've just got to think long term. You want them to have as broad a repertoire of tastes, so that in whatever situation they find themselves in later life, that they're able to totally cope with it. That has always been my kind of mantra, my goal, my vision for my kids, so that wherever they find themselves in life, that they will be totally and utterly confident, familiar with the foods, and can hold their own and be confident in themselves and in the environment that they find themselves. But anyway, let's start at the first steps. So if you do like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you're keen to expand any of the lunchboxes that you pack. We have lots and lots of ideas. We've got a mini lunchbox series where we kind of just break things down into mini things, because you know what their appetite is, so you can scale it up or scale it back depending on the appetite of your child. So I really hope you find this video useful. So if you are keen to learn more, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. We do have a website, so sign up for the newsletter, because any information about the new course that's launching will be promoted there. So if you want to be the first one to sign up and take advantage of all of this knowledge that I have with my 3 kids, then be sure to follow us on social media as well. We're at Lunchbox World. We have a Facebook community as well where we share lunch packing tips and tricks. So if you do have a new bento lunchbox and you just kind of want more ideas as to what to pack in it, then do subscribe, do follow us, and let's have some fun packing those lunches. Until the next video, stay safe. See you soon. Bye now.